So if you feel like you've just hit a wall when it comes to manifesting a specific person, there's a few reasons why this might be. And the most common reason that I see is when people are so focused on manifesting a specific person or manifesting a change in a relationship, and the resistance to what is creating a lot of conflict within the self. And actually that's creating a lot of distress, and then you think that you're not powerful, and it's a vicious cycle. So when you're really hyper-focused on manifesting, that's when we can get into a resistant cycle, and that can feel really, really uncomfortable. I remember feeling like I just had lost my power, like I didn't know how to manifest anymore. And I remember thinking, when I'd been, looking at all the videos and watching everything I could find, what was I doing wrong, trying to figure it out. I was very much in my head, and you might be too, in your head. And that's often where we find so many thoughts that are distressing, and we go round and round in circles. And this is where we need to kind of have a break. We need to take a break, focus on ourselves, do something else. When you're doing something, I find this with creative projects, and actually everything that we're manifesting is a creative project in a way, isn't it? We're just using our creativity all the time to create the things that we want. And sometimes we have a creative block. We have writer's block. I've had that so many times. And then when I go out, I go for a walk, go and see my friends. In fact, I've even put things down for a long period of time, and then suddenly had an idea that made me think, oh, I can finish this now. I can do this. And it's the same with manifesting anything, literally anything. Sometimes we just need to put it down for a while and give ourselves a break so that we can go back to it with fresh energy, a new perspective. And often we get that new perspective with time and with focusing on ourselves and with having fun. Honestly, with just having fun, going out with your friends, doing things that you like to do, being really kind to yourself. Things just do change over time without you really having to do anything or figure anything out. Lots of these things that you're trying to figure out will become clear in time. You're exactly where you're meant to be now. So if you've hit a wall with manifesting a specific person, one of the reasons is that you're too focused on it. You are too focused on manifesting a specific person, and you need to think about doing other things, right? There has to be more roundedness in your life, more things going on, okay? And the other reason why I find that people are stuck when it comes to manifesting a specific person is because they actually don't believe that it can happen. It feels too far off. It feels too unfamiliar to the nervous system. And so on some level, we're looking for evidence that it actually won't happen and that this is the way it's going to be. And so ask yourself, how much do you believe that this is possible? And then it comes down to this question of, what do you want? What do you want in a relationship? And how do you want to be treated? And anything else that's other than that is not what you want, okay? So the rest of it is just irrelevant, really. So you have to get really, really clear on what it is that you want and how you want to be treated. And then to match that, you need to have equal belief that that can be true for you. And that comes down to a self-worth thing. That comes down to you really working on your self-concept and believing that you're worthy and deserving, that everything that you want is within your reach, because it is. And things can change so quickly. How often have you seen dramatic transformations in people, in situations? It happens all the time. So if nothing else, there is that truth that things change, people change, there are dramatic transformations, and you and your situation can be one of them. So I think fundamentally the most important thing is to focus on you, right? And to do things that you like doing. And that's the other thing. Quite often when it comes to blocks with manifesting a specific person, we're focusing on why it's not working, what's wrong with me, why haven't I manifested this, instead of this is what I'm creating, this is where I'm heading, this is what's changing, this is where I'm going. And keep referring back to what it is that you want. Keep referring back to that, because then you see the contrast. Okay, the contrast isn't bad. The contrast just shows you what you want. The contrast shows you what your desires are. It's actually a good thing. If we didn't have the contrast, we wouldn't know what we want, and we'd just be drifting and everything would be kind of boring. And I know that some of us have been in that contrast for just too long. I felt like that too. For years and years and years, I felt like relationships just didn't work. They just didn't work for me. I didn't understand. I didn't know. I felt like there was something wrong with me. I felt like there was something I couldn't just understand about myself. And if I could just understand it, then my relationships would just fall into place. And it just took time and things changed. And there's lots of things that I did, lots of things that I tried, meditations, affirmations, visualizations, but really mostly what I found that I did that helped me the most was doing things that I loved, having different things going on in my life, having my own experiences, being with my friends, having fun, remembering who I am, creating that sense of self, which made me more confident, which made me more attractive, which made me feel better about being in the connection, which made it easier to be in the connection with my specific person, for me to relax and for me to know that he wanted to be with me, for it to make sense to my nervous system because I had relaxed into my own energy, my own sense of self. And then it made it much, much easier over time, you know? So if you feel like you've hit a wall, here's a recap of these things. You're focusing on it too much. There needs to be an absolute knowing of what it is that you want and how you want to be treated. And to match that, you need to believe that that is possible. And if you don't, if there's some resistance to that, then you need to work on self-love, self-worth, and knowing how worthy you are, because you're so worthy of a loving, beautiful relationship. And I know that everything can change for you in the most beautiful way. Things change. The universe is magic, and love literally reinvents itself all the time in different ways. And you have to trust the process. Trust where you are now and trust that things will unfold exactly as they're meant to. So if you would like to really work on your self-love and your self-worth, I've got my Conscious Creators Masters Academy, and there are 2 spaces left. If you would like any more information about that, we can book a 30-minute call where I can find out about you, where you're at, what's been happening, and if this program is right for you at this time. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.